Hello friends, we welcome you all to this 11th session of Unit 2 Digital Logic and Data Presentation. In our previous session, we studied about data acquisition systems, wherein we understood what exactly is the data acquisition system and various elements that are part of data acquisition system and the kind of output that we are getting from the data acquisition system, the overall purpose of data acquisition system that we have seen. We also understood the multiplexer, which is nothing but a data selector. It selects the data from n number of input lines and gives only one to the output line. This acts as a data selector. There are various types of multiplexer depending on the number of input lines. There can be 2 inputs and 1 output line, and also there can be 4 inputs and 1 output line, and 8 inputs and 1 output line, so on and so forth. The data selection was taking place with the help of select lines. These are the inputs, n number of input. These are the select lines, and this was the single selected input value which is taken out of the multiplexer. We saw various advantages associated with multiplexer. It reduces the resource required for each and individual line, therefore it reducing the cost of the circuit. Here n is the number of inputs and number of data lines required, or the select lines required, is given by the relation 2 power m is equal to n, where n is the number of input lines and m is the number of select lines. So here we have 4, therefore I need 2 select lines. This input to the select line switches between the input which is selected for the output. And we saw the plug-in board type data acquisition system which was used in the computer system, where the output from the sensors was converted to digital signal using analog to digital converter, and it was fed to the control system or the computer directly. This for the purpose of the plug-in board that we have seen in our last discussion. In today's class, we are going to understand the binary addition and subtraction concepts, and we'll also understand the ones complement and twos complement methods, how ones complement and twos complement is done, and also subtraction is possible by ones and twos complement method, that we are going to understand today. And lastly, we will be seeing few laws associated with Boolean algebra that will be helpful for us in our digital logic study. First we'll see binary addition and subtraction. Decimal number system consists of 0 through 9 and their base is 10. We know this. We are studying this since our first class. Decimal number system has base 10. Therefore, it has 10 digits and the digits ranges from 0 to r minus 1. R is the base here, 10 minus 1 is 9. 0 through 9. Its addition and subtraction, everything we are familiar with. We can do it directly with our simple arithmetic laws. But the binary number system consists of only 2 digits, that is 0 and 1. Here the case differs. The normal arithmetic rules doesn't hold good here. We have a special set of rules for binary addition and binary subtraction. So here in the decimal system it is very easy. When we say 1 plus 2 it is 3, or 2 minus 1 is 1. It is very simple, which is done using normal arithmetic laws. Here we have a special set of rules and we have various methods in order to perform binary addition and binary subtraction, which we will be learning in today's class. Binary addition. Few rules associated with binary additions are as follows. We discussed in the previous slide that binary, when we talk about binary numbers, we have only two options, that is 0 and 1. We cannot have 2, 3, etc. All addition, multiplications, etc. will be carried with only these two numbers. Therefore we have special set of rules associated with binary addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. Let us try to understand each one of them. It is given one by one here. 0 plus 0 is 0. Simple one. When 0 is added with 1, the output is 1. When 1 is added with 0, the output is 1. When 1 is added with 1, the output is 0. How? When 1 is added with 1, the output is 0 because it generates a carry of 1. We say this is the answer. Because 1 plus 1 in decimal, suppose if we find out the decimal equivalent of this, 1's decimal equivalent is 1 and binary number 1's equivalent is 1. When we add it in decimal number system, we get the value 2. 2's decimal equivalent is 10, that is 1 0. So when we convert this decimal number into binary number, we can say 2 1s are 2, remainder is 0. So 2 to base 10 is equal to 1 0 to base 2. So therefore we have obtained the answer. This is in the binary number format, this is in the decimal number format. Now let us take one more example. Let us say we want to add 101 to 1. 1 plus 1 is 0 and carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 0, carry 1 is generated. This 0 is added with this carry. 1 plus 0 is 1 only. Here it is only 1, no carry bit is generated because 1 plus 0 is 1 only, no carry. Therefore 1, when there is no number, we can assume that we have zeros here. 1 plus 0 is again 1. So this is the answer left out for us. Now let us see few examples wherein we can understand this binary addition in a better way. So here we have taken two numbers which has to be added. 11101 added with 11011. Let us try adding. Here I will rewrite. These two numbers are to be added. So these are the binary numbers. 1 plus 1 is 0, carry 1, carry 1 goes to the next place. Again 1 plus 1 is 0, carry is 1. Again 1 plus 1 is 0, 1 plus 1 is 0. Again it added with the 0 will not change its value. 1 plus 1 is 0, carry 1. Now there are 3 ones. Now what to do? Again same logic. 1 plus 1 is 0, carry 1 of course. Here the 1 plus 1 generates an output of 0 and we have the carry separately, and this 0 is again added with one more 1 to generate 0 plus 1 is 1. So when we have 3 ones, 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 1, carry bit 1. Now again we have 3 ones. 1 plus 1 is 0, carry is 1. Again 0 added with one more 1 will generate 1, and finally we have carry 1. This carry will occupy this end around place. So the answer resulting from addition of these two numbers is this. Here we have represented the carry separately. Very simple. Only thing we have to understand is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 0, and it generates a carry 1. When we have 3 ones, we can split it into two parts. Let us say 1 plus 1 generates 0 and carry 1 separately. Now this 0 added with this one will give us 1. This carry remains as it is. Very simple logic. Only thing is we have to be very strong with this fundamental. Next is binary subtraction. Binary subtraction is also different from the normal arithmetic subtraction. Here also we have a set of rules which has to be followed. It can be remembered as the thumb rules in binary subtraction. Once remembered well, we cannot go wrong at any place. So here this is called as the subtrahend and this is the minuend. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 1 minus 0, that is when 0 is subtracted from 1, the answer is 1 only. Next, when 1 is subtracted from 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. Now lastly, the typical case when we want to subtract 1 from 0. It is possible. How? We have to get a borrow bit. In addition, we had a carry bit. In subtraction, we have a borrow bit. We will borrow from the next digit. Therefore, this becomes 10. So from 10, we are reducing 1. 10 minus 1 is 1. How can this be? Here 10 means it is not the decimal 10, but it is binary 10. This binary 10 is equivalent to decimal number 2. Therefore 2, 1 is equivalent to 1 only. 2 minus 1 is 1 only. Therefore when 1 is borrowed from the next place, the 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 1 or 2 minus 1 is 1. With this understanding, let us see one example. Here, subtract 101 from 1001. Here 1001 is the subtrahend and 101 is the minuend, which is the smallest number. We need to subtract 1001. These two has to be subtracted. 1 minus 1, we know from the thumb rules it is 0. 0 minus 0 is always 0. 0 minus 1. Now comes the typical case. 0, we cannot reduce 1 from 0. Therefore, we take a borrow. On getting the borrow, 0 becomes 10. Here we represent for our understanding. 0 becomes 10. Therefore, 10 minus 1 is 1. After giving the carry, this 1 is reduced to 0. Therefore, we'll reduce it to 0. So the answer is 1, 0, 0. This is how binary subtraction is done. Except this last case, all other rules are similar to arithmetic subtraction. Only thing that we have to remember is 0 minus 1 is 1 because we have got a carry, or sorry, a borrow of 1. This binary subtraction, when done with the computer systems, is not always done as a direct subtraction. It is always done as an addition. It is always possible to do the subtraction in terms of addition. There are various simple methods available in order to perform binary subtraction in terms of addition. Those methods are called as the complements. Complements are used in digital computers in order to simply do the subtraction operation. There are two types of complements: ones complement and twos complement. These two are the methods wherein we can perform subtraction of two binary numbers by doing simple addition. Ones complement of a binary number can be found out by just inverting the given number. Suppose let us say we have a digit or the number like this. Its ones complement can be found out by inverting, that is changing all zeros to ones and all ones to zeros. Now let us convert or find out the ones complement of this number. 1 will change to 0 and 0 will change to 1 and 1 will change to 0 and again this one will also change to 0. This is the ones complement of the given number. Let us say I want to convert this number. Let us find out the ones complement of this number. 1 will become 0, 1 again will become 0, 1 will become 0, 0 will become 1, 1 will become 0. This is the ones complement of this number. So it is very easy to find out the ones complement of a given binary number. Now let us see how to find out the twos complement of a binary number. Simply invert the given number and add 1 to the least significant bit. The twos complement can be found out by first finding out the ones complement. Twos complement can be found out by first perform the ones complement and add 1 to it finally. Now let us say this is the number which I want to find out the twos complement. In order to find out the twos complement, we need to first find out the ones complement. Ones complement can be found out by changing 1 to 0 and 0 to 1. Here we have 1 becomes 0, 0 becomes 1 and again these two becomes 0, 0. Ones complement is done and we'll add finally 1 to the least significant bit. This is the least significant bit. Add 1 to this. 0 plus 1 is, by our thumb rules, 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 comes back directly, nothing to add here. Again 1 comes directly and 0 comes directly. So this is the twos complement of the given number. Let us find out the ones complement of the binary number. It is given by simply inverting all zeros to 1 and all ones to zeros. Here subtraction of using ones complement method. In order to perform subtraction using ones complement method, we have certain rules to be followed. First rules to write down ones complement of the subtrahend. We know what is the subtrahend. We have to find out the ones complement of the subtrahend. How ones complement can be found out? Ones complement can be found out by changing all zeros to 1 and 1 to zeros. To add this with the minuend, then add this ones complement number to the minuend. Now we have two cases. If the result of addition has a carry over, then this is dropped. If it has a carry, it is dropped. And a 1 is added in the last bit. The carry is dropped and 1 is added in the last bit. Now, if there is no carry, then ones complement of the result of addition is obtained to get the final result. See, first we'll find out the ones complement, then add it with the minuend. Then we have two cases. If there is a carry, then it is dropped and 1 is added to the last bit. If there is no carry, simply find out the ones complement of the result in order to get the final result. This is how we perform subtraction by ones complement. Even though we are performing addition here, the result is equal to performing binary subtraction. Now let us take an example to find out the subtraction by using ones complement method. We have the two numbers which has to be subtracted. We have the subtrahend, which is the largest number, and the minuend. Let's find out the ones complement of the subtrahend. Subtrahend is this one. Let us try to find out the ones complement. 1 0 0 1 0 1. So this changes to ones complement by replacing zeros to 1 and ones to 0. 1 is written 0, 0 is written as 1, 1 is written as 0, and 0 becomes 1, 1 becomes 0. This is the ones complement of the subtrahend. This ones complement is added to the minuend here. Minuend comes directly. The ones complement of the subtrahend, this is the subtrahend, it changes to ones complement. This ones complement is added to this minuend. Let us try to add one by one. 1 plus 0 is 1. We know the thumb rules of addition, which is very simple for any programming a microprocessor or a computer system. In order to perform subtraction, a simple addition is enough. 1 plus 1 is 1 plus 0 is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 0, carry bit is there, it is 1, 1 plus 1 is 0, carry bit is there. Now when carry is generated, what has to be done? This carry has to be discarded and 1 has to be added to the final answer. So we are adding 1 here, this has shifted, it is equal to adding 1 here. So we are adding 1 to the LSB, least significant bit. So 1 plus 1 is 0, carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 0, carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 0, again carry 1. 1 plus 1, 0 again, carry 1. Here 1 plus 0 is 1 only. 0 comes as it is. So this is the final answer which we will get even when we do the direct binary subtraction. Here the subtraction has been done using simple addition technique, using ones complement method. Next, subtraction using twos complement method. The operation is carried out by means of simple steps. At first, find out the twos complement of the subtrahend, then it is added to the minuend, similar to ones complement method. If the final carry over of the sum is 1, it is dropped and the result is positive. If there is no carry over, twos complement of the sum will be the result and it is negative. The procedure is similar to the ones complement method. Now let us try to understand the subtraction by twos complement method using a simple example. So here we have to subtract 10110 from 11010. Here this is the subtrahend or the larger number. Let us try to find out the twos complement of this number. Minuend should not be disturbed. We should remember it should not be disturbed. We are only interested in the subtrahend when we deal with ones complement and twos complement method. This subtrahend can be converted to twos complement by first finding out the ones complement and then adding 1 to it. All ones changes to 0, 1 changes to 0, again 0 changes to 1, 1 changes to 0 and 0 changes to 1. This is the 1's complement. Now add 1 to it. 1 plus 1 is 0, carry over 1. 1 plus 0 is 1, no carry. Again 1 comes directly, 0 and 0. This is the 2's complement of the given number. Now this 2's complement will get added to the minuend. Here we are adding, this is the 2's complement which gets added to the minuend. Minuend is 1 0 1 1 0 taken directly. Now let us add bit by bit. 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 1 is 0, carry of 1. 1 plus 1 is 0. 0 carry, it generates a carry 1. That 0, answer 0 when added with 1 becomes 1. Therefore this 1 plus 0 result in 1. Finally 1 plus 0 is 1. This is the result of addition. As there is no carry over, here we do not have any carry left because finally 1 plus 0 is 1 only. The result of subtraction is negative and is obtained by finding the 2's complement of the final answer. Let us try to obtain the 2's complement here. First, in order to find out the 2's complement, obtain the 1's complement. All 1's turns to 0. Triple 1 will become triple 0 and double 0 becomes double 1. Add 1 to this. 1 plus 1 is 0, carry is 1. 1 plus 1 again 0, carry is 1. Bring back the other two zeros. So 100 is the final answer. When we subtract 10110 and 11010, we'll get the final answer 0. So this method can be done using 2's complement method by simple binary addition. So at last we'll be seeing few properties associated with Boolean algebra. We have already seen De Morgan's theorem in our previous sessions. Let us try to understand this simple laws. The first law is the commutative law. Commutative law, as the picture depicts, it is made out of two AND gates. The commutative property for multiplication and commutative property for addition are the two commutative properties. One is for multiplication, another one is for addition. Let us try to analyze or understand commutative property for multiplication using a truth table. We have inputs A and B. Now let us consider this as the left hand side of the equation, this as the right hand side. We will multiply A and B, that is multiplication in the sense AND operation. Next B and A, this is the left hand side and this is the right hand side of the equation. The inputs are 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 1. So we have tabulated all possible input values. Now we will start verifying. We have taken AND gate here, AND gate 1 and AND gate 2. AND gate 1 verifies left hand side, AND gate 2 depicts right hand side. A and B ANDed here to get one single output, and B and A ANDed here to get another output. We will multiply 0 into 0 is 0, 0 into 1 is again 0, 1 into 0 0, 1 into 1 is 1 for A and B. Now we'll multiply, or we'll try to find out B and A. So multiply B into A, 0 into 0 0, 1 into 0 0, 0 into 1 0, 1 into 1 1. So therefore, observing the truth table, we say the commutative property for multiplication is verified. So we have the circuit showing two switches connected in series. The series connection of switches shows the AND gate, which can make, or through which we can get the output. When both A and B are high, we will be getting the output. Here we are able to see when both A and B are high, we will be able to get the output here as well as here. Both has to be high. Let us see the commutative property for addition. We have the same inputs A and B. A plus B, it is nothing but A or B. This is the OR gate symbol, OR gate 1 and OR gate 2. Next is B plus A. Now 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0, 1, 1 plus 1. Just now we studied binary addition. There it was 1 plus 1 was 0 and carry 1. Here we are not dealing with carry because we have only 1 bit data. Therefore, there is no place for carry. 1 plus 1 is taken as 1 only. Similarly, B plus A. 0 plus 0, 0. 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 1 is also 1. 1 plus 1 is 1. Therefore, we can say commutative property for addition is verified with the following truth table. So these two are the laws called as commutative laws for addition and multiplication. Here this is shown with a circuit diagram. When we say OR, the switches are connected in parallel. So we get the output when any one of the input is high. Here this is high, we are able to get the output. Here A is high, we are able to get the output. When both are high, still there is output, I output. So here when any one of the switch is on, we'll be able to get the output. Next is associative property. Associative property is verified for both addition and multiplication, similar to commutative property. Here we have another variable called C. So the logic diagram or the logic circuit shows the associative property of addition. A plus B plus C. Here B plus C is ORed separately and here A plus B is ORed separately. So therefore we connect a separate OR gate for B and C and the output of the same will be added with A. Similarly, here A plus B is ORed or AB is ORed separately and the output gets connected with another OR gate in order to get the final output. As per the associative property, both the outputs are one and the same. As an activity, you can try verifying this associative property of addition as well as multiplication using the truth table. The only difference is here we'll be getting the inputs, we'll be getting 8 rows of inputs for 3 possible input values. We'll be having 8 rows of values. Associative property of multiplication, when we say multiplication is a AND operation, so we'll be having only AND gates. So A when ANDed with BC is equal to AB ANDed with C. So this is the associative property of multiplication. BC is ANDed separately and the output gets ANDed with A separately. Now here AB within the brackets get ANDed separately, the output is ANDed with C. So as per associative property, the output is same. The circuit diagram is as shown here. This can also be verified with the truth table. The reader can take it as an activity and verify the same. Next is the distributive property. Here we have both the combination of multiplication as well as addition. B plus C is ORed here and it is ANDed with A, which is equal to AB ANDed separately and AC ANDed separately, both get ORed together. Addition is for OR. So here B plus C is ORed separately. When we see addition, we must take this OR gates. This is BC within the brackets, they are one terms BC. BC ORed, we get the output B plus C here. This is multiplied with A, so we get the input A and it is ANDed. When we say multiplication, it is AND operation. So now the output that is coming is A into B plus C. This is the output that we are getting here. Now let us see the other part of circuit. A, B ANDed separately. Here we are able to see A, B ANDed separately. A and B ANDed separately. And AC ANDed separately. A and C. Sorry, A I have it here itself. We will take the jump. A and C ANDed separately. Both outputs get ORed together. OR operation, we have the OR gate. So this is the final output. If the output from the circuit is Y and output from this circuit is Y, therefore both are same. The left hand side and right hand side are one and the same. Here the circuit diagram, analogous electronic circuit diagram, represents the same. So this can also be verified using a truth table. This you can take it as an activity and verify the distributive property. So with this we have completed our second chapter and the last session of it. In today's class we saw binary addition, binary subtraction, and we learnt how to find out ones and twos complement, and also we performed binary subtraction using ones and twos complement method, and finally we saw few laws associated with Boolean algebra. And we'll see simple multiple choice questions. First question, ones complement of 1011101 is dash. Very simple. Ones complement is obtained by replacing all ones with 0 and all 0 with 1. 1 becomes 0, 0 becomes 1, and this 3 ones becomes 3 zeros, and this 0 will become 1 and 1 will become 0. This is the ones complement. So let us find out where it is. So option C is the right answer here. Next, question 2, the ones complement of 100101 is, again, one. To find out the ones complement, replace all ones by zeros and zeros by 1. Simple. So option A is the right answer for second question. Now question 3, twos complement of the number is, option, there are 4 options given. How to find out the twos complement? To find out the twos complement, find out the ones complement first, that is change all ones to zeros and all zeros to ones, and now add 1 to this. So this is 0, this is also 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 comes as it is, and 1s come as it is, 0 1 1 0 0. So where it is 1 1 0 0 1, option C is the right answer. Next question 4, twos complement of this number is, twos complement can again be found out by changing this to first ones complement. All ones become zeros, all zeros becomes 1, 1 becomes 0, 0 becomes 1, and 1 becomes 0. Add 1 to the LSB. 0 plus 1 is 1, and 1 comes as it is, 0 comes directly. So all the 3 ones taken down and 0 taken. So this is the twos complement, where it is option B is the right answer for fourth question. Next, question 5, perform the binary addition of, we have to perform the binary addition of 1101 which added with 0010. So very simple one. 1 plus 0 1, 0 plus 1 1, 1 plus 0 1, 1 plus 0 1. So option B is the right answer for the fifth question. The result of 0 multiplied with 1 in binary is, very simple. When 0 multiplied with 1, the answer, whether it is in binary or in simple arithmetic operation, it is 0 only. Option A is the right answer. The number of values applicable in Boolean algebra. In Boolean algebra, the number of values applicable is only 0 and 1. There cannot be any number except these two, because Boolean algebra is applied with binary numbers. Therefore option B 2 is the right answer. So we thank you. We will be meeting you with few more topics. in the next session. Thank you all.